Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Lynxi, and I am slightly less bald than I was in my last tutorial. So, those clips that you saw at the start of the video are all the examples of my past portal effect that I've been doing for the past year or two now. A lot of you guys may have seen it, for example, on the Jazer 750k editing contest, and a lot of you guys were asking like, "Oh, Lynxi, how do you do this? How do you do this effect? Like, it looks so cool, whatever." So today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how I do that effect, and it honestly isn't even that complicated. You just need to know like what layers you've got to have, what the process is. You guys will pick it up pretty quickly. So yeah, guys, enough looking at my ugly ass face. Let's get straight into the tutorial that you've all been waiting for: how to make my portal effect in Rocket League. Okay guys, so the first thing you're going to want to do is head over to the replay that you want to record. Now go to the position that you want to start recording and just go into a normal POV mode. For this tutorial we need 3 recordings. We need the original map, a green screen of the car, and a POV mode of the next map that we change into. So I'm just going to go ahead and record this file. Okay, so now that I've finished recording that, I'm going to go all the way back to the original point where I started, and I'm going to hit select on my controller, and this will bring up the replay effects menu, and we want to click on the green screen section, and we're going to put this on green. If your car is green, you can use red. It doesn't really matter what color you're using because you're gonna chroma key it out anyway when you get into After Effects. So we're just going to select green here. And now we're just going to re-record with the green screen layer. Okay guys, so now when we've done recording the original clip on the original map and the green screen of the original clip, we want to head over to this program called ORL Simple Replay Editor, which is made by Propagandov. I'll leave the link to the download in the description. It's really simple to install and just opens up like this. So first of all, when you have this installed, click on File and Open Replay File, and you want to select the replay that you were just using, and that will load it up, and you can see it gives the name, the map, the day created, the players, and you can change everything in here. You can change antennas, bodies, boosts, decals, all the stuff that you can customize in game. So the only thing we want to focus on is this change map / colors thing. So it's automatically on Aquadome here, but we can change that if we click the drop down and we change to whatever map we want. So for this tutorial I'm just going to change to Manfield, the normal Manfield. And once you've selected that, just click on generate new map, and it will ask you if you want to create a new replay file. You just click yes, and just save it with whatever name you want in the same directory as your demos folder. It'll say decoding, just take maybe a minute or so. Okay, so the replay file was created. So now if we head in game, you should see that you have like a duplicate of the replay you were using at first. So we just want to click on the one that's the changed map, and you're going to want to head to the exact same position that you were in before. So I'm back in the original position that I was recording before, and you're just going to want to record this one over with a normal POV once again. Okay, so now that we have the 2 POVs on different maps and the green screen layer, we're ready to move into After Effects and do the fun part. Alright guys, so I'm over in After Effects, and I have all my layers that I need up here in my project. So the first thing I'm going to do is drag in the original clip, and I'm gonna put the Twixtor on the clip like I usually do when I'm editing. So I'll just put these in 60 FPS nearest, and then I'm gonna put the speed on 400 because I was recording in 25% speed. So as you can see, my clip is now in normal speed again. So we're ready to put the portal in, and I want to put it right as he jumps. I'm gonna have him jump through the portal into Manfield. So first of all, we have our clip in the right position. We want to right click on the clip and click on pre-compose. And now we're just going to call this like portal or whatever, and just make sure it's on leave all attributes in comp 1, because we want the Twixtor to be still out here, but when we click on it we want the whole clip to be in here. Okay, so now once you've done that, you can start bringing in your other layers, and you have to sync them up exactly in line with the original recording. So first of all, I'm going to put my green screen layer in. And there's a couple ways you can do this. You can just turn down your opacity or something, and you can line it up like that. Or you can just find a significant spot to sync, like when he touches the ball here or something. Okay, so I have synced this up. I can cut this to shape now. Okay, so now, first of all, to chroma key this, we need to go to our effects and presets and look up this plugin called Keylight. And we will apply that to our green screen layer. And now just click this eyedropper or this color picker and select anywhere in this green area. So that will get rid of the green screen that was around your clip. Alright, so next up, we want to sync up our next clip to make sure that it's all following the same camera movement. So we're gonna find a spot to sync again. We'll just use the same one that we did before. Okay, so we'll just cut this to size as well. Now we can hide this layer for now because we're only going to need that later on. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to split the original clip so that we only have the section that you want the portal to be visible from. So I'm gonna do it just before he jumps here until, let's say, here, and we're hitting Control Shift D to split these layers up. So now we have this little middle section. This is the area that the portal is going to be active in. Now right click on this layer and click on Track Camera, and this thing will say initializing whatever. Go down to the Advanced tab and make sure you tick Detailed Analysis, so it'll make a lot more of a precise 3D world for you. Basically what this is doing is it's tracking all the pixels in the layer and the movements of the camera that the POV is taking, and it's going to create a 3D world for you to put objects into. If you've seen my 3D text tutorial with Element 3D, you would have seen me do this before as well. Okay, so once the camera has finished solving, you should be able to see these points that have now generated in the map, and when you hover over them you get this little target, this red target. If you don't see these points, make sure you've selected the 3D camera tracker over here, or make sure that you go and tick Show Layer Controls in the View tab. So now I need to select points that are near where I want the portal to be in the map. So I see all these points here. I'm probably going to place my portal around there. I'm going to hover over all of these points here to get the most accurate track. I'm going to right click and create null and camera. Now you should see this, if you're selected on the null layer, that there's this little point that follows the ground as it moves past. This is the layer that we're going to base our portal off. So now this is where it gets interesting. So you need to use a layer that's white. Now you could make your own shape in here by just, you know, getting the tool, the square tool, and just like making something, or like a circle or something like that. But I'm just gonna, for example, use this watercolor splash that I've used in previous edits before. So it's a nice little animation opening up like that. So first thing you want to do is this little box here is what allows something to interact with a 3D camera. So we want to click the box on this watercolor layer, and as you can see, it's now tracked to the camera, so it moves with the POV layer. Now we just have to fiddle around with the position of this. We hit P on our keyboard. Basically, if you hit P on your track null, it'll show the position of this area here. So the easiest way to get your other layer into this position is to copy the position and then paste the position onto here. So now this this ink layer will be, or this watercolor layer will be right where we want it. Now we're just going to move this around a bit and play with the scale and get it in the right position that we want. Alright, so now I've got my ink layer in the position that I want. So the first thing we're going to do is find the layer that has the new map on it. Now we're going to drag this layer right underneath the watercolor layer. So we have these two layers up here, and this layer is correctly synced up with the original file. So if we just go to our track matte option down here, and we click on the none thing and make sure it's on Luma matte, it will basically track this layer to the layer above it, and it will just attach to all the white illuminated spots. So we have a fully white layer, so it'll just be solid with the next clip. So yeah, it's getting there. Like it looks pretty good, but it's not quite there yet. So we did record a green screen layer. So now if we bring this green screen layer above the watercolor layer, it will now have a seamless flow through the portal as if it's actually in the map. Now this is important to making the portal, or to executing the portal well, because if you didn't have this green screen layer, you'd see the difference in lighting as it goes through. You can kind of see it. It'll happen more with a more specific mask behind it, but it'll show different lighting. But if we use the same lighting from the original map, you won't really notice it that much. Now, as you can see, when I've come through here and the watercolor layer had ended, it goes back to the Neo Tokyo clip. So all we need to do there is just split this Rocket League layer that we Luma matted, like that, and just change this back to no track matte again. So once it gets to the point where the white is covering the whole screen, you can just cut off the clip and place it on top again, and it'll connect like that. And of course, afterwards you can do what you want with the edges, maybe spice it up a little bit. I kind of like to duplicate the original white layer and just place it underneath, make it visible again, and then just scale it up slightly. You'll see there's a little bit of an outline now, where we can add maybe some shine. Let's bring this down a little bit. You know, it could be nice to just play around with that whatever way you want. Let's see, maybe I'll change the color with the tint, make it like a red or something. So now if we go back into our original comp that had the sped up version of what we just, and you'll see that if we run this through, we have a nice smooth portal transition. And the car jumps up, the portal opens, and he jumps right through it. Pretty easy trick, only a couple steps to it. And the handy thing is, once you have this tracked in here, you now have a 3D world, so you can kind of do anything with this. You could add like text on the side and click the box again and add that to the 3D world. You can kind of mix and match with these effects. You can get really creative with it. But yeah, guys, that's it for this tutorial. I just did the POV version of the portal this time, but if you guys want me to do the cinematic version, then just let me know down in the comments below if you want me to do the cinematic version. It is a lot harder because you have to do some changing with the path in Dollycam and stuff like that, but I'm willing to go through it if you guys really want me to. So yeah, guys, just give this video a like if it helped, and let me know what other tutorials you want me to do. See you in the next one. Goodbye.